What's up? This is for August 11th, 2026. Today I took two trades. One was on one account, one was on my other account. Um, I should honestly be copy trading because that's the whole point of having multiple accounts. But regardless, I'm going to walk through kind of what I saw, what I did, and kind of just the confluence behind it. So, coming into the morning, we had, let me clear this out and then kind of go through what happened. So 9:30 open is right here, so I'll mark that. So pre-market, I had seen, okay, we have stacked sell side down here. We have all this at 7763. We have this low down here. We have this low from the overnight session. So sell side can definitely get ran. We also have stacked buy side. So from Monday high, we have this, and then the morning highs are stacked. So we have this liquidity up here, which I kind of thought would have been low resistance, but really two opposing liquidity pools. Switching to NQ, we did not take Monday highs, so we left that intact. But we did take Monday low. So in the morning, price came down. We swept out Monday low. So on the weekly profile, if it's Monday puts in a low, generates highs, Tuesday sweeps it, I want to see us displace higher. On the higher time frame on NQ, we also still have all this stacked buy side up here that I was wanting to see become the draw on liquidity at some point because this is just really clear liquidity up here. So at open, we come down, we sweep Monday low. ES does not sweep it, so we have an SMT. We put in a 2022 model or breaker, whatever you want to call it, and then we close up through the bullish for value gap, so we make an inverse. We close above the change in the state on the 3-minute. So that was my change in the state. So at this point, that's my model. That's what I'm wanting to see. But because the 3-minute is a little bit zoomed out, it's okay to take something on the 3-minute, but I wasn't totally convinced. I was just wanting to see internal price action more so develop and then present so that I could take a long because I was wanting to see this get taken because it's low resistance liquidity for me. But 9:30 actually generates these lows down here. So we have more stacked sell side. In my morning plan, I basically said we have two opposing liquidity pools. So I am not super confident in anything. There's a chance that I get chopped up and that price action is just not super clean for me.
The market is open.
Oh, we just opened one of the sessions, Asia session. And it is pumping. So what I was wanting to see was, okay, we put in this move on the basically the 5-minute time frame, the 3-minute time frame. We are showing opportunity to be bullish. There's my order block on the 5-minute. Like I said, the 3-minute closes through the change in the state, and I was wanting to see us rebalance to the 5-minute, develop internal price action where we put in a low, we continue to generate highs, we form a change in the state, and then we close up through a inverse for value gap. So at this point, right here at 10:18 New York time, as soon as we inverse this for value gap is when I take a long. Now my model is to get the change in the state, so that would have been us closing up through this series of down close candles. So where was I? 780.84. I was basically wanting to see us close up through this, but I never got that. We ended up getting the change in the state right here, and really right here. It was on this candle. But there was two different things I was looking for. So I was saying, okay, if this SMT isn't going to hold that's bearish, I want to see us generate a high, set in a series of lows, go back to manipulate that high, and then sell off, because there's a 15-minute for value gap that opened up here, and in the morning when we move to manipulate Monday low, we have this for value gap holding us up as well. So that was kind of my confluence here. We close inside the for value gap. We have 1, 2, 3 candles that are still holding the bullish for value gap. We never got the displacement that I wanted, obviously. But honestly, it was what I was looking for to be bullish. And so my entry and where my stop was and everything, I had entered, but I was using the 3-minute model to frame where I had my stop loss. So we were at 784. So I was here, and then I had my stop below the inverse for value gap. So we were looking kind of like this. We had all these highs, and then where is this? Is that right? 784. 7. So I ended up moving my stop here. So as soon as we inverse this candle, that's when I went long. We didn't end up displacing higher. Price actually came up on NQ. We swept out this high. I was wanting to move my stop to break even as soon as we took this high out, but the SMT held us bearish. I will show that on NQ, where we sweep out this high with this for value gap with it. So we move higher, lower, higher, and then we start displacing lower. This was right here. So that one got stopped out. Now, my second entry was, it was in real time not what I totally wanted to see from myself. So if I were entering off of this, I would say that it was pretty solid, because we take a 5-minute high inside the 15-minute bearish for value gap. We closed through the 5-minute for value gap. We closed through the change in the state on the 5-minute. So the 5-minute is presenting. So that, like, this is super solid on the 5-minute. We have sell side in place. Everything looks good. We close to the change in the state, all of that. So it's looking good. That is when I took my short. I was seeing this for value gap here. And as soon as we closed through it, that's when I went short. This one was really, again, I'll say, I don't think this was my complete model. In fact, I know it wasn't, but all the confluence was there. And the main thing for my trades is drawn liquidity. This down here, where we set in that low on Monday and never end up taking it, along with Sunday, is just where I wanted to see price draw towards if we were moving higher. And because we put in this SMT and we're now rejecting, I felt honestly pretty confident that we were going to now move lower. Could I say that this was a revenge trade? Yes. Was it my full model when I entered? Not 100%, but we had manipulated. We were delivering out of a higher time frame for value gap. So this 15-minute here, along with the 5-minute, we had a 5-minute model. 2-minute, we close up through this, down through this order block, and then on the 1-minute, we're here. My risk management was good. I had my stop above this order block. Now, could this one have gotten stopped out? Yes, absolutely. Price could have continued to run bullish. As soon as we took this low out, I believe I set my stop to break even. So I took 2 contracts off at this stacked liquidity that was my target. And then I took my last of my position off at this low here. I felt that I could have just held this like the rest of the day. I wanted to see a sell off, but I didn't, so I took it off here. I ended up, what was it? I think this one was, so plus 228. I think I was risking like $60. Um, the first trim was about 3.3 R, and then the last of the position was at about 5 R, so pretty good risk. And then on the other position, on the other account, it was only an $80 trade. I scaled into this. So I scaled in 2 contracts down here under this low, where we were pretty much below the change in the state, just because I wanted to take the 3-minute model, and it was in the for value gap, but there was that, and then I entered that last or that third position in once we inverse that for value gap. So I don't know. This was the second day where I take a couple trades, lose on one account, and then I take a winner on the other account. Could have been a little bit more patient. I could have also just recognized that we had opposing draws and that we had opposing for value gaps that were holding price that we were bouncing between. So yeah, that is pretty much it. There's really nothing to say other than I'm just trying to trade in a way where I'm trading for tomorrow, where I am just trying to be detached again. I had one day last week where I blew up and it happened. But moving forward, like you can't think about it. You can't be like, oh my god, like this is who I am. It's like, okay, you've you know you understand how if you understand how to trade, you understand your model, and you understand how to apply it, then that's all you can really do. This is a long-term game. You're not forced to sit here. It's a choice to sit here. Um, and when you are in the market, you need to just be your best self. So, still moving forward, the goal is to build good habits, which is why I set those trade limits. It's to build conviction in my model, and it is to just build conviction in who I am as a trader and my psychology. So, that will be it for the day. Coming into tomorrow, we have CPI, and then the rest of the week, we'll see what's in store. But yeah, that's about it.
Order filled.